In preparation for this interview, I went back, I listened to your entire discography, all your solo music, the album, the singles. I listened to the Envy of None album. I don't know, I listened to it 10 times for the Alf interviews. I listened to it 3 more times for this interview. So I'm super familiar with your entire career and discography here. And I have to say that across both projects, not just solo, but also the Envy of None stuff, your music has this depth to it, this thickness to it, these haunting undertones. And I'm curious where that comes from. So even in, some of your songs are darker than others, but even in your, more poppy or uplifting songs, because there's like a nice catchy ukulele or something, there's still this like darkness or something haunting going on. Where does that come from?
I have the darkness in my soul.
There you go.
That's all I can say about that. I think it just comes from that place inside me, that where I was inspired to make music in the first place. And I've been through some things that have been really hard, and music has been a way for me. And I think for a lot of people who are drawn to music, it's a way to work through things and process things. I think there's a lot of musicians, a lot of artists in general who have taken trauma and things that they've been through and used art as a way to process and redirect that energy. And I think there's little bits of darkness in my music, but it's coming from a place of I think trying to take that pain and turn it into something beautiful and turn it into something that is meaningful to me. And on the other hand, I kind of like spooky, haunting things in general.
Yeah, I've heard that if you don't think that you have darkness within you, you just don't know yourself well enough. Like that's a part of the human condition, right? All of us, we're the only species that is aware of our own imminent doom. We know that someday we're going to die. We just don't know when. And like that is such a weight that we have. Other animals like, dogs and cats and rabbits, they just go day to day and they do their thing and they're happy. And we have this thing on us where it's like there is a clock that's ticking. And so I've heard it said that if you don't think that there's some darkness in there, it's like you are living up here and you are not actually asking the hard questions. Do you think there's any truth to that?
I think there's truth to that for sure. I think humans are incredibly complex animals. I think we are not nearly as smart as we think we are, but we are incredibly emotionally complex, and we don't always have the brain, I think, to figure out all of those things and work through things and what it all means. I mean, it's quite terrifying when you think of it. We are living in a reality that we don't understand. That's just that's terrifying in general. We don't know what's going to happen when we die. We don't know why we're here, and our brains are perceiving so much that we don't understand. We're taking all of this input. There's so much that's happening that we don't see. This is just our brain's interpretation of reality, and there's so much that we don't have the answers to, and that is quite terrifying, I think. And just there's so much you could go into with that, with the light and the darkness and that exists in the world, and what that means, and why are people, why do people have darkness inside of them? What makes people good? What makes people bad? What is the world? I don't know. I have an existential crisis every day, so I get that.
You've started your quarter life crisis already. Yeah.